Welcome into our second press conference of the day, featuring Terry Fowler, the head coach of South Alabama's women's basketball team. Just a quick reminder, please turn off your cell phones, and once you have a question, we will bring a wireless mic to you. To begin, we'd like an opening statement from Coach Fowler. Please go ahead.
First of all, just great to get a win in the Sun Belt and move on. The first half and probably the first, half of the third quarter, we played as good a basketball as we could play. Really was getting the ball inside and outside. Shot the three really well. And, that's kind of how we thrive off of that. But was just really pleased with our effort. And it's more so on the defensive end of the floor because when we played them during the regular season, we really struggled with the pick and roll. And today I thought we did a great job. We got to do better at finishing the game. But just a great team effort. Got some contributions from some key people off the bench and Devin Lowe. So just happy for our team to be able to move on.
Thank you, Coach. And we'll take questions.
Coach, in a game like this, you guys were able to limit one of their most prolific players in Levitt, 7 of 21 from the field and 4 of 16. What did you do differently that maybe you did in this game that you didn't do in previous matchups against them?
Yeah, we really put a conscious effort on making sure that she felt like there were 2-3 defenders on her. When we played them at their place, I mean, she had space and just really opened it up. So I think she felt the crowd, and I know she had 24 points, but, it's just one of those things where it was on 21 shots, and we'll take that. I just thought every shot she had to take and make was difficult.
Looking at the box score, second chance points, 23 to 9. Getting those second chances to extend your offensive play and get some points out of that. How key was that in a game where points were at a premium?
It was crucial. It was the team that had the most possessions, and so we needed to make sure that we could give ourselves as many opportunities as possible. We had a stretch in the fourth quarter there where I think they got 3 or 4 consecutive offensive boards. We've got to make sure we do a better job of blocking out on that end, but we definitely put an emphasis on trying to go get some offensive boards ourselves.
You got to put this game in the rear view real quick. Talk about coming up next.
This is the third time we faced off in the conference tournament. Every game's been a great ball game. The regular season we split, both defending our home courts. They do a great job. They got so much depth that they press you, and they do a great job on the offensive board. So we got to make sure we rebound. But if we can handle the pressure and attack, I think we can get some shots, and then we just got to get them to fall in. Main thing right now is we got to make sure we get some great recovery and get some rest and be ready to go at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Additional questions? Thank you very much, Coach Fowler.
Thank you.
We're now joined by the head coach of Texas State's women's basketball team, Zenere Antoine. We're going to start with an opening statement from Coach, but please, again, remind you to silence your phone, and also we'll wait for the wireless mic to get to you when you have a question. Let's go ahead with the opening statement, Coach.
It's a tough loss, especially for your seniors, and as a coach, it's just hard. It's hard to see the crying and see the disappointment, regardless of when it ends for you. I really feel like my team had so much maturity and growing this past season, especially towards the end. The confidence level was really high. The preparation I thought was good leading up into this game, and clearly understanding that South Alabama came to our place and had a loss. They went through some adversity, but they bounced back, honestly, since then and did a great job of scoring the basketball against Lafayette. So the understanding that they can score, I truly felt like was there, but that first quarter truly just hurt us. That first quarter hurt us. It doesn't matter that, you won the second, third, and fourth if you didn't get the job done in that first quarter. And the second chance opportunities that we gave up, they hurt us long term.
Thank you, Coach. Take time for questions.
Coach, in a game where points are at a premium, what did you try to do in the second quarter and beyond to really get your offense going after having, as you mentioned, a tough first quarter?
I think a big piece for us was doing a better job of getting defensive stops, so they weren't allowed to, or they weren't given the luxury of being able to set up their defense, because obviously you got to prepare when you have a kid like Tasha Levitt. So for us, our ability to be able to get defensive stops and push the ball in transition to get them on their heels was going to be important, versus we allowed a lot of early opportunities for them to score. Or you score, you got to get back and get comfortable to get your defense set to guard us. So that was a big piece of it, is finding a way to amp it up defensively and give ourselves those opportunities to run out in trans and get them on their heels, so then we can go ahead and do what we enjoy to do in execution in the half court. The other piece of it is obviously utilizing Tasha Levitt in multiple ways, and ultimately I went with just going ahead and putting the ball in her hands, and from the get-go. So again, it puts a lot of pressure on defenses, especially when you have a kid in Denasia Hood, a young freshman who has the ability to stretch the floor. So now teams are truly forced to be able to make decisions. The other piece with Tasha is, if she's screening and your bigs can score down low, that's nice as well, because they get what I considered free screens when she does a great job screening. So putting the ball in her hands really helped us as well.
I know it may be a little hard to reflect when you have a game like this, but just talk about Levitt and what she's done this season and for your program.
I think that's honestly pretty easy. I'm mostly saddened for her. I told her there at the end, your career is not over. You have the opportunity still to graduate from Texas State and hopefully be able to utilize basketball, at another level. And I do believe she can do everything in her power to be able to do that. But Texas State thanks Tasha Levitt for all that she's given to, our fans. I tell you, she's given them a lot more joy than anything else. Her ability to be able to stretch the floor. We can proudly say, and I've said this many times before, when I take a look at record books, and coaches enjoy doing that every now and then, a lot of times you see a lot of Power Fives up there in the top category. Now you're going to see Texas State, and Texas State's going to be at the top because of Tasha Levitt and the ability to be able to shoot the three, which I think you see that has become a big piece of the game of basketball in general. So if you have little Texas State up there at the top, we're forever thankful to her, and I'm excited that she's going to be a graduate. And I'm excited that she holds a Sun Belt Conference record. We're not new to the conference, but we're relatively new, and it's kind of fun to see one of our student athletes in women's basketball be able to, hang her hat on the fact that she helped put us truly in the record books.
Additional questions? Thank you very much, Coach Antoine.
Thank you, John.